Senator Ben Pangilinan is concerned with the fiscal year 2012 budget request that the governor's office has submitted. Specifically, he's concerned about budget cuts for agencies like DOE, UOG, GCC, the Judiciary, and the Mayor's Council of Guam. DOE is of particular concern as the senator says the administration has proposed giving DOE $16 million less than it is currently getting this year.
So that means there's $16 million less for teachers in the classrooms. On the other side of the equation are the executive branch agencies. There is over close to $12 million for new employees that are not there today, that will be hired in the fiscal year based upon their request to fill positions. When you have this kind of difference and shortage in the budget, the only place it comes out is the taxpayers' pockets, because that means in order to make sure we don't have a payless payday at DOE because we set aside $16 million less for them, what has always happened is that they've taken the money set aside for income tax refunds and we funded that shortfall.
Paying out tax refunds is another major issue that the legislature will have to hammer out with the administration. The governor wants to borrow money on the bond market to pay out all tax refunds by December. GovGuam has almost reached its borrowing limit, known as a debt ceiling. To borrow the amount the governor wants to borrow, the legislature will have to raise the debt ceiling. The current debt ceiling is set at 90% of the value of all property on Guam. The governor wants the legislature to raise that debt ceiling to 100% of the value of all property on Guam.
The borrowing amount was, I think, $340 when they submitted the budget. Yesterday, they said they want $380 now. The governor's requesting that we raise the debt ceiling up to 100% of our limit. But based upon the numbers that were presented, we may have to increase it to 110% of our limit. So again, we need those numbers to be quantified in order to provide the information to the members of the legislature to make the decision.
Senator Pangilinan says this is why he and other lawmakers need to sit down with the administration. In fact, he says there was a meeting scheduled for today, but the governor's fiscal team didn't make it.
I must stress that because of the short time frame that we have in this budget, we have to increase cooperation and increase communication. And the governor and his staff keep saying, you know, they're working well, there's openness, there's transparency. Yet we had a meeting set up this morning. We confirmed yesterday that the meeting was set for today. They confirmed the attendance. We're there to convene the meeting with the senators, and then they don't show up. I mean, it's time that we just kind of get past the rhetoric on some of this stuff and just do what we say, we tell people we're doing. Instead of telling people we're cooperating, let's just cooperate, because if we can judge it from this morning, there's no cooperation. Nobody showed up to a meeting that they confirmed yesterday they were going to come to.